Here at Canyon Woodcraft, we are the Network Infrastructure Suggestions. For this, we're going to be tasked with looking at the different manufacturers, the suppliers of these manufactured products. We're going to look at some cybersecurity infrastructures and some training, as well as some malware protection. And finally, we are going to look at the Christian worldview impacts of these different companies that we're going to potentially be working with in the future as we grow. So first, the network equipment manufacturers. We have several options for this. First, we have Cisco Systems. We have Fortinet. We have HPE. There's Juniper Networks, Ubiquiti, and we're going to be working with Cisco Systems. The reason for this is they have the wireless access points, level 2 and level 3 switches, routers, firewalls that we need for our systems, as well as they're the industry's gold standard in terms of the equipment that you can use, the switches, the routers, the firewalls. Cisco Systems is the cream of the crop and it is the industry standard. So there's no reason not to just work with Cisco Systems. As for how they utilize the Christian worldview, they have no direct affiliation to any religion, so they are not directly a Christian company. However, they do have the core values of integrity, respect, and innovation. They also have key pillars of acting with dignity, fairness, fostering and collaboration, and promoting sustainable and community resilience. So, of these, integrity, respect, acting with dignity, and fairness are all definitely major Christian ideals. Definitely really align with the Christian worldview, and they move towards trying to strive to be a better person, working with the community, better each other, and work with another as we move on. And that's exactly what we're supposed to be looking for in a Christian company. However, as I said, they have no religious affiliation. As for the charity work that they do, Cisco Products has the Cisco Foundation, which focuses on leveraging technology for social impact with $100 million, 10-year commitment starting in 2021 to climate solutions. They also invest in education, economic empowerment, and crisis response. They provide technology grants and pro bono work as well. So this is once again a definite Christian worldview. They are definitely a Christian actions they're taking, but they're donating to help the environment, to teach the youth. They are helping the less fortunate by giving them scholarship and doing pro bono work for companies to help them out. So in terms of the Christian worldview and the companies that we're going to be looking at in this presentation, they do it the best. So Cisco Products is what we're going to be working with as a manufacturer. But who's going to be the resellers? So there's two options for this. First, there's Worldwide Technology. It's a direct Cisco affiliate, and it's one of the industry giants, trusted quality service. It's a really big company, and they're going to have everything we need. They sell everything, and they sell more than just Cisco products, and they sell it to everyone. They are one of the industry's leading companies in terms of reselling these products. And there's QuadBridge, which is also a direct Cisco affiliate. It's a smaller company, however, but it's tailored to each company they work with. But they have trusted quality service as well. And for this one, we're going to be working with QuadBridge. The reason QuadBridge is because we are a smaller company, and a company like QuadBridge is going to be way more tailored to us and be a way more personal experience and looking at our systems and setting up us correctly with what we actually need, as opposed to a bigger company that's not going to have the same level of care towards each individual member. Now, how does they take in the Christian worldview? They once more have no religious affiliation. And frankly, their core values of own it, lead it, make it happen, coach, inspire, evaluate, connect, collaborate, and conquer really have nothing to do with the Christian worldview at all. They are much more a go out there, succeed, do the best you can at everything kind of messages. They're not the message of give to those less fortunate. You know, they're not. I suppose inspire and coach could be in some way trying to help your neighbor, but it's almost under the loom of you're looking to help yourself mostly. So for that reason, I don't think they're the best option. The charitable works they work with, they support organizations like Yonge Street Mission, which provide essential services to community members. They support women in tech through scholarships, and they participate in annual food bank donations for the holidays. Now, the partner for information security frameworks, policies, and trainings, we have two of them. First, we have the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, which provides a cybersecurity framework which is widely adopted, utilized by organizations of all sizes, structured to approach security. And then ICC Squared, which certified security credentials, and we're going to be using them for certifications and security leadership. First of all, for the national, it's a national company, so we can't expect them to have a super Christian worldview. They have no religious affiliation, and their core values are upholding integrity, promoting inclusivity, ensuring excellence in scientific work, and fostering perseverance. And once again, obviously, as a national company, they're not going to be a very religious company, and there's nothing really in what they say that seems very Christian, at least outwardly. However, they do have a lot of charitable works. They have a NASIT Child Care Center, a non-profit sponsored fundraiser for playground equipment, and a scholarship assistance fund to support families. And they also do scholarships and grants. ICS Squared also has no religious affiliation, but they have the core values of integrity, advocacy, commitment, diversity, equality and inclusion, excellence, and their code of ethics states the protect society, the common good, public trust, and infrastructure, act honorably, honestly, justly, responsible, and legally, provide diligent and competent services for principals, and advance and protect the profession. Of these, once again, not super religious, but the acting honorably, honestly, justly, responsibly, all very Christian IDs. Very, even though they're not a Christian company, they're definitely falling into that realm with what they're doing. And they also give out scholarship as part of their charitable work. So, although not directly a Christian company, they are at least better than the other one we're working with. Okay, for the vendors for business grade desktop antivirus and anti-malware, there's a key selection factors of layered security. So we want to have antivirus with EDR, AI-driven, and anti-ransom features. We want it to be cloud-based and managed. We want it to have be cross-platform, so it can support Windows, Mac OS, and mobile devices. And we want it to be easily deployed, so it's user-friendly and fast setup. So for this, there's multiple options. Bitdefender, which initially I would suggest because it's for smaller companies, which works best with us, but only supports really up to 100 devices. And then there's CrowdStrike Falcon, which is better for large companies. It's cloud-native platform. It's strongly AI-driven with malware, ransomware, and threat detection, threat hunting, and they're more advanced than traditional antiviruses. I would say CrowdStrike Falcon as we move on as a company, and start with Bitdefender, because Bitdefender is widely cited as, for small companies, the best option. Now, so looking at Bitdefender, what is their values? So they have no religious affiliation, but their values are providing top-tier proven protection, high performance, unified management console, integrated risk management with accountability, automated visibility. None of these are very Christian. It's all about how they can perform better as a company. But they do some charitable works, very minimal, but they donate their services to eligible nonprofits, but it's typically only for a year. So not the best. But looking at CrowdStrike, they also have no religious affiliation, and their core values are fanatical customers, relentless focus on innovation, and having limitless passion. Once again, none of these really fall under the Christian worldview. If anything, it's quite the opposite. It's a very self-centered and looking at just how they can profit. In the charitable work, they have the CrowdStrike Foundation, and they do pro bono work through the CrowdStrike Falcon cybersecurity protection to nonprofits, NGOs, and educational institutions, and they provide next-gen scholarships. So the pro bono work here and the protection of nonprofits, they do all that kind of stuff. That falls into the Christian worldview. They do go and donate their services, and they try and do their best to help the community, and that's a very Christian action on their end. And then at the end here, we have the references and links to all these companies that we have been using. So I hope you enjoy this presentation.